Welcome to the Book Mountain Wisdom Seat channel. Today we're discussing a powerful topic. From focused experience to inner strength, how to make training part of who we are. Introduction. Why do some people train more but improve less? We often notice that some people train diligently every day but remain stuck at the same level, while others, with much less time, improve remarkably fast. What's the difference? The key often lies not in how long you've practiced, but in how deeply you've practiced, with true focus and intention. Let's unravel this mystery by exploring it from several perspectives. 1. The moment of experience versus the accumulation of ability. In daily life, we go through countless moments, most of which fade like ripples on water. Only a few experiences leave a lasting imprint, the ones we deeply engage with, focus on, and repeat intentionally. Psychology refers to this as the transition from working memory to long-term memory. Attention is the bridge. We must focus to embed fleeting moments into our deep memory system. Only then do experiences transform from things we've merely lived into things we truly own. This is also at the core of neuroplasticity. Our nervous system isn't fixed. It reshapes itself based on where we direct our attention and how we train. When we focus and repeat an experience, we carve neural pathways that move from unfamiliar to familiar, and eventually, to second nature. 2. The 4 stages of learning, from the unknown to the natural. Mastering any skill usually involves 4 distinct stages. Unconscious incompetence, we don't know what we don't know. Conscious incompetence, we realize our limitations and begin focused practice. Conscious competence, we've learned the skill but still need mental effort. Unconscious competence, the skill becomes automatic, integrated into our body and mind. Take cycling, for instance. At first, you can't even balance. Then you learn to focus hard on maintaining control. With practice, you ride steadily, even while thinking about other things. The skill has embedded itself into your nervous system. It's no longer something you do, but something you are. 3. Real examples from sports and life. 1. Basketball shooting. It's not about volume, but precision. A beginner might shoot hundreds of times a day, but if they don't pay attention to each motion, the wrist angle, the focus of their gaze, the shift in weight, then those shots are mere repetition, not growth. Elite athletes like Kobe Bryant were known to wake at 4 a.m. for training, aiming for perfection in every move. They'd watch playback footage, assess alignment, and reflect. This cycle, focus, feedback, and repetition, is how a skill transforms into inner strength. 2. Martial arts. The body learns faster than the brain. In traditional Chinese martial arts, there's a saying, 1,000 times to shape the form, 10,000 times to embed it in the bones. This is an exaggeration. It describes how repetition forges instinct. I once met a Tai Chi master who repeated the same sequence every morning for 30 years. He said, "I'm not practicing the form is practicing me." That simple phrase reflects a deep harmony between body and mind, between experience and nervous system. 3. Epiphany moments in learning. Whether it's grasping the idea of limits in calculus or a tricky grammar rule in a new language, some concepts seem impossible at first. But after repeated exposure, active engagement, and reflection, there comes a moment of sudden clarity. This aha moment isn't random. It signals that your brain's neural connections have reached a threshold, and now they begin to synthesize meaning automatically. It proves that the transformation from quantity to quality arises from concentration, not just time. 4. Focus is a creative force. In today's world of endless distractions, genuine focus is increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Attention is now a scarce resource, but it's also the gateway to real growth. When we focus, we actively build new neural connections. Studies show that focused effort triggers the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that enhances learning and memory. But when we multitask, scrolling through phones, solving problems, and listening to music at once, our brain fragments. This kind of divided effort lacks the depth needed for true learning. 5. The golden window after practice. Neuroscience reveals that the 10-minute window immediately following training is critical for consolidating memory. If we reflect, summarize, and process during this period, we can solidify what we've just practiced. Ask yourself, what did I focus on today? What felt difficult? Can I explain what I learned in my own words? This review is where physical effort becomes conscious insight, where training begins to shape the inner self. 6. On a philosophical level, why do we seek inner strength? What draws us to inner strength? Because it's not just about skill, it's about being able to respond naturally, gracefully, and consistently under pressure without needing to be told. It's like the reflex of a martial artist, the flow of a writer's words, or the quiet wisdom of a teacher. These aren't mere talents. They're the result of concentrated effort, honed experience, and long-term dedication. Conclusion: what you repeat becomes who you are. Every action you carry out with focus, every exercise you internalize with effort, leaves a small imprint on your nervous system. Over time, these imprints shape you. Growth isn't instant, but it is inevitable when your experiences are mindful and repeated. You're not just practicing technique. You're training your body, deepening your understanding, and most importantly, shaping your character. What you repeat becomes who you are. If this topic speaks to you, please like, comment, and share. Your support helps us continue to grow and share meaningful ideas.